Hello everyone, welcome back again to our channel Code Circuit. So this is the live session in Java, session number 4, and till now we have discussed a lot about the introduction of Java and all programming languages. Okay, so we already learned many important concepts in Java, and today it will be totally focused on operators in depth. And you know my name, right? My name is Saurabh Sarkar, and today I'll be starting with operators in depth. And I think in the earlier class we had already covered, we had already covered the arithmetic operators, correct? And I told you all the types. In arithmetic we have the plus, the minus, the divide, the multiplication, and then we have the modulus. All these 5 we have already discussed in the last session. Guys, if you have not gone through that session, please go through that session, because otherwise you might find it a little difficult to go on with this class. Okay. So, and I also told you that in Python we have 2 extra, which is the exponent, and we have one more, that is our double division or floor division. Okay, this is the exponent and this is the floor division. Okay, we will not talk about this very much in this session because we are totally focusing on Java. So we have already covered all these things. So this is for addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and the remainder or modulus. Okay, this percentage symbol. Now let's go to the next operator. The next operator that we have is our assignment operators, and I had already given you a brief idea about what these operators are, right? So now if you remember the arithmetic operators, the assignment operators become very easy to remember, and this too you have to remember in sync. After that, the operators you can remember any order, doesn't matter. Okay, so here the first one is, let me write A, B, C, D, E. The first one is our equal to operator. Okay, for example, if I write int A is equal to 10, let me take a different color. So this becomes our data type. This is our variable name, and this is actually the assignment operator. Okay, and this number that you see, I have already told you, this is the value. Okay, so what does it actually mean? The equal sign is used to assign some value to a variable. Okay, that's why it is called the assignment operator. So this is the first assignment operator. After that, the second operator is plus equal to. Okay, to remember better, let me just give you all the arithmetic operators in a box, something like this. We have plus, we have minus, we have divide, we have multiply, and we have modulus. And if you take Python also, we can take the exponent and then the double division. Okay, double division. Okay, these were our arithmetic operators, correct? So now if you want to remember them in a very easy way, what you do, equal sign is the first assignment operator. After that, the second one is plus equal sign. The third one is minus and equal to. The fourth one is divide equal to. The fifth one is multiply and equal to. The sixth one is modulus and equal to. and so on. And if you go for this too, it will be like double star equal to and it will be floor division and equal sign. Okay guys, so these are our assignment operators. Ultimately just remember that the equal sign is used to assign any particular value to any particular variable. Okay, that is what it is about. Now there is a very important interview question which you might not know and which is very frequently asked in the multinational companies for placement drives. Okay, so sometimes they will ask you something like this: what is the other name given for assignment operators? The other name is, they are also called shorthand operators. Sometimes they are also called augmented operators. Okay, so I hope this is visible. So this question is very important and very frequently asked in the interviews. Okay, why are the assignment operators also known as shorthand operators or augmented operators? The reason is pretty simple. You just see this example. If I write a is equal to 10, then if I say a is equal to a plus 5, ultimately the answer is a equal to 15, right? So 10 plus 5 is 15. The same thing I can write like this: a plus is equal to 15. Okay, so what I mean is, rather than writing a is equal to a plus 5, I can also write a plus is equal to 5. Clear? This means that this line and this line are absolutely same, and because it is a shortcut way of writing the same thing, that's why our assignment operators are also known as shorthand, or as I said, the other one augmented. Please remember this guys, you might forget this, so if you want to make a note of this, you can make a note of this. This is a very important interview question. Why are the assignment operators also known as shorthand or augmented? Clear? Similarly, let's take an example in our IDE. Okay, so this is what we covered in the last class. If you remember, I had shown you all the working of the arithmetic operators. What I will do, see here, I already have our variable a equal to 10. Now I will just write a is equal to a plus 5. Okay, and then I am just saying s out a. This will give you the answer as 10 plus 5, 15. Let me run this. See, and the same line, whatever we have written, can also be written like this. Let me comment this out and I will write a plus equal to 5. So this line will also give you the exact same result, no difference at all. Okay, this will be 15 only. Let me run this. See guys, okay, similarly it works for the other ones also. Okay, if you talk about the other ones, if I take a is equal to 10, if I say a minus equal to 5, that means 10 minus 5, which is 5, which will be stored inside a. Let's see if this is working the same way or not. Let me write minus equal to. So ultimately we have 10 here and I am writing minus equal to, so a equal to 10 minus 5, and it will be stored inside a, right? See guys, this is answer 5. Okay, I hope this is clear now. Similarly, every one of them will work like this. And guys, I just want to ask you a very simple question which many people fail to understand. Okay. So here I will write something like this. Let me remove all this and just say, I will say 10 into 2 . This is obviously 20, right? Simple answer. I am just showing you the operators. This is 10 to the 20. Now let me add this here, something like this. I am saying 4 modulus 3 plus 10 into 2. Now can you tell the answer? You will have to think about this, right? So I am just going to divide it and make it a little bit easy. 4 modulus 3 means what? Let me just go back to my board and just tell you this. So when I divide 4 by 3, what am I getting? 3 ones are 3 and 1 is the remainder. So this remainder we should get. So ultimately what happens? 4 modulus 3 is 1, correct? And then 10 twos are 20. So 20 plus 1, it should give us 21. Let me run this and show you. Okay, see, clear? 21. So ultimately what it happens? It divides this equation or this expression into two parts. This is 1 and this is 20. So 20 plus 1 is 21. Now the catch here is, I said I will be asking you one question, right? The question is something like this. What if I have 2 modulus 3? Now this is a very tricky question and I have been asking this in many engineering colleges since the last 4 or 5 years, and most of the times I get a very incorrect answer. I don't know what is the reason behind that. And most of the times, what do you think will be the answer? Can you just comment me and tell me the answer? Most of the times people say that this is 0 because 2 cannot be divided by 3. So 0 plus 20 is 20. But I am sorry to say that that is not the answer. The answer is something like this. See, the answer is 22. Okay, so let me come back to this. Let us just try to analyze this and try to understand this. Okay, here I have 2 and I am trying to divide this by 3, correct? And then here 3 ones are will be 3, but this is not possible, right? Practically impossible. We cannot divide this. So ultimately this smaller number is not divisible by this bigger number, correct? So just write down this note. It will be very handy for your interviews. When smaller number is not divisible by bigger number, the smaller number is the remainder. Guys, this is very handy, and trust me or not, I have been asking this question in many interviews and in many colleges, but most of the times I get a incorrect response from the students. Okay, because they think that 2 is not divisible, so 0 will be the remainder. Ultimately that is not the case. When 2 is not divisible, when 2 is, sorry, one second. When 2 is not divisible by 3, then actually the smaller number will be the remainder. Clear? That's why in our question we were getting like this. This is 20 only, so 2 modulus 3 is 2. So ultimately we are getting the answer as 22. You can see here, right? So that's the case. Guys, this is a very tricky thing. People don't understand this, and I'm telling you, please remember this. It will be very handy for your interviews, because you never know. You were thinking about lots of algos, DSA and all, and you will be throwing off, someone will be rejecting you because of such a silly reason, right? It should not happen. So that's why I'm trying to clear all the basic stuffs now itself. Okay. So because I don't want anyone to be thrown out of the interview room just for this silly reason. So please make sure you are clear with the basics first. Then only you go to the advanced concepts. Because step by step only if you go, then only it is very easy to understand the things, right? Correct? Now let's do one thing. Let's go back to the next part. So now I hope you understood what are the augmented operators or the shorthand or I can say the assignment. Okay. So all the three are belonging to the same category. They represent the same operator: assignment, augmented, or shortened. Okay. Just the first one is equal. After that you write plus equal to, minus equal to, and so on. Clear? This is how it works. Please remember that. Okay. Now let's go to the third operator. The third one that we have in our operators is the comparison operators. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, the third one. Obviously, by looking at the name only, you can say that something will be compared to something. Correct? So when you compare something in programming, what should be the result? Please remember, the result is either true or false. Clear? That means in programming, true is called 1, false is called 0. It will be either 1 or 0. Okay. So in that case, we have 6 comparison operators that you have to remember. The 6 comparison operations that we have are, let me write A, B, C, D, E, F. So greater than, the symbol is this, then I will say less than, the symbol is this, then I have the third one which is greater than or equal to, which is greater than equal to, then I have the fourth one which is less than or equal to, then I have the fifth one which is equal to, that is labeled like this, double equal to, and the last one is not equal to, okay, which is resembled like exclamation mark, and then we have the equal sign. Okay. So these are the 6 comparison operators. So we have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and in mathematics we have already come across 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 4 we have already come across. Okay. So remember, the result of the comparison operators is always true or false, that is 1 or 0, which is actually Boolean. Okay. Whenever we are comparing 2 or more operands, it always gives us a Boolean result, that is yes or no, something like that. Just remember it in a simple way. Yes, agar bada hai to हाँ, agar nahi hai to no, something like that when you are comparing 2 things. Okay. So these are the 6 that you have to remember. Now let's do one thing. Let me give some examples on them, and before that, one more thing. Comparison operators are also known as relational operators. Okay. So let's go to our IDE again and try to understand them better with examples. Okay. So I have 2 variables. So rather than variables, I can directly write it in the print statement only. I could say S out 10 greater than 20. So obviously you can see 10 is not greater than 20, correct? So in that case, the result will be false. Let's run this and check. See here, I told you, right? The result of any comparison in programming is true or false. In some programming languages, you might get it like this, 1 or 0. in this language, in Java, we get it as false or true, a boolean result. Okay. So rather than this, we can also store it something like this. Okay, I will say bool status is equal to, I will say 10 greater than 20, something like this. Now if I say s out and status, so let me take a different number, 10 greater than 2, I will say. So here 10 is greater than 2, this should be true, right? So this true value will be stored inside the status variable, which is a boolean data type, by using what? The equal sign. Correct? Understood? So now let me just do one thing. I will repeat again. The result of 10 greater than 2 is true, which is a boolean value. So I have taken the data type to be boolean, and I have taken a variable called status where this boolean result will be stored. And how are you storing this? By using the equal operator, which is the assignment operator. Okay, just remember guys, some people get confused with this also. The single equal to is an assignment operator, the double equal to that I have shown you here, the double equal to here is actually a comparison operator. It is comparing two values, but the equal sign is only assigning some value into a variable. Okay, please remember it like that. Now let me run this and show you. See guys, the first one, 10 greater than 20 was false. The second one, when I printed status, status holds true, the boolean value true, because 10 is obviously greater than 2, correct? So this is how this comparison operators work. It is only true or false, and based on that we can write lots of different logic in our programs. Okay, we will be learning lots of different stuffs in the higher classes or in the next advanced classes. Don't have to worry about that. Right now just try to understand the base and be clear with the base. I am telling you this repeatedly, you might be irritated sometimes, but this is a fact. Many people don't start the base properly, they go to the advanced concepts, then they are forced to again come back and learn the same basics. So I am telling you, give some more time to the basics, understand the logic properly, then if you go to the higher concepts, you will spend very less time in understanding those. Because I don't want you to go back and learn the basics again and again, because if you do it once properly, you don't have to do it again and again repeatedly. Okay. So now one more thing, a catch here that I want to show. I told you that the equal sign is a assignment operator and the double equal sign is a comparison or relational operator. Correct? So this equal sign is not used to compare, it is used to assign values. Make sense? And this one is used to compare. This thing please remember. I will show you with an example. See here, if I write 10 equal to 2, it doesn't work because it is not possible to do it. See here, it says variable accepted. I am not able to assign anything here, right? Equal sign always needs a variable to assign some value into it. But in case of comparison, what I can do is, if I write double equal to, now this 2 will be compared. So 10, is it equal to 2? No. So the result will be again false. Now if I run this, see the value inside the status variable now. See this now, both will be false only. See, for the first case 10 is not greater than 20, it is false. For the second case also 10 is not equal to 2, in that case also it is false. So both the variables are giving me the false output. Clear? So this is how your comparison operators work, guys. The result of any comparison in programming is always boolean. In some languages you will get true and false, in some languages you will get what? 1 or 0. True stands for 1 and false stands for 0. This is what the logic is all about. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Okay, let's take some other examples. So here if I write 10 greater than equal to 2, that means what? 10 is greater than or equal to 2. So one statement is correct, right? Any one of the statements has to be correct. Either 10 has to be greater than 2 or 10 has to be equal to 2. In this regard, 10 is greater than 2, so this is true. So if I run this now, the answer for the second one should be true. See here, and say suppose I am taking here as 5. So 5 is not greater than 2. Sorry, let me take what, 2. My bad, sorry, it sometimes happens. So 2 is greater than equal to 2. 2 is not greater than 2, but 2 is equal to 2, right? At least one of the conditions is true. So again this will end up in giving you a true value. Status will be true only. Let me run this now. See here, understood? So when we were discussing this, greater than or equal to, any one of these things has to be true, either this or this. Similarly, less than or equal to, okay, and equal to, as I showed you in that 10 equal to, it has to be equal to, otherwise it will return false, otherwise it will return true, okay, and not equal to. So if I show you the last one, it is something like this. If I say 2 not equal to 2, ultimately we can see that 2 and 2 are same values, right? They are equal to 2. So ultimately if I say 2 is not equal to 2, this is wrong. It will be false. So now what I do, I will just run this. See, the second value will be false because 2 and 2 are equal. Let me take a different number. Say I will take 21. Now see the output. See, 21 is not equal to 2, so it returns true. So these are the comparison operators. Guys, today we have covered our assignment operators and the comparison operators. I hope you have understood all the things. Guys, it is very important for us, and I am requesting all of you, it is very important for us that you subscribe to our channel, because we are trying our best to bring lots of important content for you, and this is totally related to interviews only. I bet on this. If you learn all this stuff, it will be very good for your interviews. You will be very ready for your interviews, okay? And it is very problematic in these days because the IT companies is having less jobs. The concept is actually very simple. IT companies has jobs, but there are very less skillful people. So try to upgrade your skills, try to learn the basics, then go on to the advanced concepts, try to learn something else extra. Say you were learning web development, you were learning machine learning, you were learning data science, etc., etc. But before that, you have to be very strong in any one of the programming languages. If you are not doing that, it will be very difficult for you to go to build your career, okay? So I'm telling you, it is very good that you are learning from us. Thank you for all your support, and we have already been a family of now nearly 40,000 subscribers. Thanks all for your support, and I hope you will be supporting us more and more, okay? And today we have covered the assignment operators in depth, and also I have covered the comparison operators in depth. In the next Saturday live session, I will be coming up with the next operators, and we'll be going in detail about all the other operators also. So I hope you liked it. If you really liked it, please subscribe to our channel and share these videos with all your friends and family, because that will really help us, okay? And at the same time, let me just tell you what and all we'll be going to cover in the next sessions, and I will just give you a brief roadmap about this, okay? So what I was telling is, now we have done with arithmetic. So this is completed. Then we have the second one, which is the assignment operators. Then we have the third one, which is our comparison operators. Then the fourth one that we have is actually our logical operators. Then the fifth one that we have here is our, you can say, unary operators. Then guys, the sixth one, this is very important, and I don't know why engineering colleges don't teach this properly, because whenever we go to the colleges, we have been to almost all the colleges in Bangalore and given training on placements, okay? And I have asked this operators, and most of them are actually shy in answering, or maybe they don't know the answer. I don't know about them. but this is very important for your interviews, the bitwise operators. And I will be given a very hands-on session on this, because you have to learn this for lots of things. In the MNC companies, whenever we have questions on bit manipulations, we need this bitwise operators a lot. So I'll be taking up all these things, and I think in the next session we'll be covering up. So let me do one thing. We have already covered our assignment operators. This is done, this is done, and this is done today, right? In the next session I will try to go on with our logical operators, our unary operators, and then our bitwise operators. Okay, so and at the same time also, guys, you have to practice a lot. Okay, take any scenario, write a code, and there might be lots of errors in your code, it doesn't matter. Okay, please remember that you have to write your code, and you might be thinking something like this. Okay, you might be getting lots of errors, it doesn't matter. Nobody learns programming in one day, it takes time. So errors are good, because if you know how to debug the errors, that is how you learn something. Okay. So let's do one thing. We have some more time, I guess. So for that I will just take up this one more, unary operators, and this will take a lot of time. We will cover this in the next session. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go on with logical operators. Okay, or else we can do one thing, rather than taking up randomly something, we can go on with this in the next session, doesn't matter. Okay, for the time being we have already learned arithmetic, assignment, and comparison. You do your own practice, come up with your doubts and post them in the comment section, doesn't matter. And after that, when you are done with that, in the next Saturday live session we will be coming up with the logical operators and unary and bitwise. Okay guys, this is very important, I am telling you again and again, the bitwise operators are very important for us.
सेकंड लाइन से
समझाना नहीं है. Okay, so we'll be coming up with all these things in the next class. I've already covered 1, 2 and 3. Fine. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. Hope you liked the session, and if you really liked, please share it with your friends and family, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot. So in the next live session we'll be coming up with logical, unary and bitwise, and there are some other operators also. We'll be covering up them in the coming sessions. Thank you for watching and happy learning. This is Saurabh signing off.